Hello, hello. Sorry, I forgot to take my meds, so, I took them right now. Okay, okay. But yes, hi Vessel. So I've been playing on Luna's server. Like today I haven't played at all, but the past 2 days I literally all I did was play Minecraft. Well, this stream I think I'm gonna try and get the cow farm started and hopefully build up my enchanting room. That's the plan for today. Oh yeah, but I forgot where I was. No. 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 Yeah, okay. Well, we're killing the cows though. These cows are gonna die. Don't get too attached. They're gonna die. And by suffocation, no less. Yeah. It was either that or do like a lava one, but that one looked more complicated and I didn't want to do that much work. So I just made a small one. Listen, I need the leather. We gotta eat. We gotta make books. I'm lost right now though. I forgot the way. Because I was at another place with Luna and Nayo. I literally did a circle. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. So this is the mangrove swamp biome that I found off stream. So on a full moon, the slimes appear in there. And I needed slimes for one of the farms I made. So that's why we came here. They wanted to see it, so I brought them here. This is the patch Niall made. I ended up spending a lot of time here because I had to stay for a full moon. And so that's actually a long time. So I made a watchtower so I could see the moon. And I did this corner of the house like this so that I could see the moon. And then I would go to sleep. We're gonna head back to the main commune. Man, okay, hold on. Let me check the coordinates. So I don't remember them. Negative 244. Okay. Okay, yeah, so this is the right direction. I made it a long way out while I was looking. So there's a whole desert biome here. Oh my god, scares shit out of me. It's a desert biome. And then this is a tropical ocean biome. It's a lot of coral. Tropical fish. So they're not just like the salmon. Oh! Oh my gosh, that was a pufferfish! Pufferfish are poisonous. Scared me. Yeah, it's very pretty. It's really pretty at night. And this is a desert village. Let's see. 243. 787. Oh, it'll be this way then. Yeah. I found a bunch of different biomes, so it's pretty cool. I kind of want to wait here so that you can see it at night. This is the stuff that I got while we were staying over there. I found a mending book, which was very exciting. I'm excited. I'm gonna put it on my pickaxe. And then I found this, and then I got killed by a pig. Then I have 2 rabbit feet. Some chains. I like using these for lanterns. Yeah, and then just some wheat I stole. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Let's see, I wanted to. Can you hear the music, Russell? Oh, I turned my mic down. Whoops. I'm so dumb. I was turning the music. I was turning my mic down instead of the music. But I was saying that is the sea temple. We can't get too close because they will kill me. But we're almost home now, though. Yeah, if I didn't have stuff on me, I would say it was fine, but I got stuff on me. Isn't it? It's because of the mod I have on. So pretty. I tried playing without it a couple of days ago, and I was like, oh my god, this is so ugly. Like, how did I even play with it like that? Oh, nope. Nope. That was here, but it's not. Yes, it is. It's through here. Last time I was on, I also got villagers because I'm gonna start a villager, like breeding the villagers. And that was not easy. It took me like 2 hours to get them over to the home base. It was crazy. No, it's not this way. No, it wasn't this way either. Man. Where? It was this way then. Isn't it? No, it wasn't. Huh? Then what way was it? Breeding villagers? Yeah, because like in order to get like enchantment books and things like that, you have to get it from certain villagers, but not all of them will get the same enchantments, so you have to breed for like the good ones, which is tedious and frustrating, so most people don't want to do it, but I don't mind. Oh, okay, it was through here. Yeah, they're currently yeah, no, I kidnapped them and they're in an underground cave right now. So I need to get on that and set them up. And also, I've been looking for dark oak for so, like, such a lot. Yes, I know how it's. I was looking for dark oak for so long, and it turns out there's this one, like, super near to our house. But we were all looking in the wrong direction. But now that I know it's here, I don't have to worry about it. That should be good. Bum. Yay! We're almost home! Oh, I didn't get to show my finished house. But you can see it. I'll go around the front so you can see it. Isn't it so pretty? So, since the last time I was here, yeah, I found like a flower biome where a bunch of different flowers spawn, and I stole a bunch and brought them here. I made this thing for when people find stuff. That way everybody can come and look at it. So I lit it up. This is the coordinates with signs, and then the glow ink so you can get the outline. And then over here is the farm. So there can only be up to 24 different things in I forgot. I got rid of my other ladder. I need sticks. So basically, you come up here and then you make them breed, and so only 24 things can live in a 1 square radius. So you breed them until there are 24 things, and then they'll die on their own. And then there's this, so the stuff will fall in here. Grab that. And so that's how that will happen. Got anything good? No. So I have to work on that, like, passively while I'm working on everything. Because there's only, I think, 4 cows in there at the moment. And then over here, I made a sugarcane farm. And so the things at the top, when it sees the sugarcane grow up to them, it will trigger the pistons and they'll push out and cut them off. And so it falls into the water, which is filled with hoppers. And it all comes to this. And so we'll be able to have hella paper. Listen, you could also just like put them in a fence and breed them. But that's for like an auto farm. Sir, can you leave? Why is there always Enderman in my stuff? Leave. God. Okay, and here we have a minecart. We'll go down so that you can see. Here they are! I'm thinking about moving them, maybe? I need to make them a fence and put them here. So, At what cost? They'll be fine. They're well taken care of. Oof. No! Okay, I need to go get some wood. But yeah, this is what I did since the last stream. I also made a small lava farm over here. So they fill it and then we just fill the buckets. And then that way we don't have to use coal for fuel. We could just use the lava. Let's see. No, they're fine. They don't need to be saved. I'm treating them well. They're being treated well. Don't worry about it. How could I hurt them? I would never. I'll make this one black. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, I need 3 beds. Um, I'll take this just in case. What else? Just take barrels with me. Let's take some ladders just in case. Need some gold. Gold. I need to smelt some. All right, I need to make another bed. So I guess if there's an empty bed, they naturally will they will naturally up the population. Just in case I need these. Maybe I should take... Look, I'm gonna make it nice and pretty for them. I don't need that. But I'm gonna need bone meal. You don't understand, vassal. It is what must be done. Oh shit. Where should I move them? I guess I'll move them here. Oh, but I wanted to prepare my tools. Okay, I'll put this here. Gotta set up my stuff, you know? Gotta set up for work. You'll see, they'll be in a nice little animal pen. They'll be just fine. You'll see, it's just fine. But this is gonna be my enchanting room. And I'm gonna put the enchanting table here. And then the books will go up to the top. All around. I'm gonna use, I think maybe all of it. All of the wall will be covered in will be covered in bookshelves, and then maybe just like one or I'll put maybe like one barrel in here or something, 1 or 2 barrels. But yeah, instead of a door, I decided to put these because I didn't like how the door looked. I think it looks nice. Grab a couple diamonds. Some of these too. Perfect. Let's see. Take this with me. Right? Isn't it pretty? I knew you liked it. All this talk of cruelty when I'm gonna give them such a beautiful home. Yeah, I think I'll put it over here. Up there too. Oh, I need to eat. I forgot one thing. A dystopia for them, true. But you know, as dystopias go, it's not so bad. Could always be worse. They should be grateful that I'm taking pity on them. All right, let's do fence. Okay. I think maybe this is enough space. It's probably enough space. Um... Still a dungeon. Yeah, I guess you could call it a dungeon. You could call it that. But would I call it that? I don't think so. Hmm. What if... Oh, I need a dirt. Oh, wait, do I have a dirt in here? Dirt. Maybe? Let's see. Got my bones! Take that. Oh, I'm gonna need this. Let's see. I'm thinking maybe I'll make the ceiling... I'll make the ceiling leaves. The acacia leaves, so it's like flowers. I need some dirt for this. Oh wait, that's my interfere. Here. Okay. Do I need to bring water? Yeah. And then I'll use moss for like the dividers on the floor. Come on. Why isn't it growing? I'll try growing it outside. See, maybe it needs the sun. I didn't think it would, but maybe it does. Here should be fine. Oh, I guess it does. It needs to be outside. Oh. And let's go see how it looks. I didn't bring cart with me. Awesome. Man, I wasted so much bone meal and for what? Okay. Um, then maybe um what do you think? Maybe should it be and then maybe like I'm thinking Like this area here. Make that moss. That looks pretty, doesn't it? I mean, it is a pretty prison. Okay. I will take that as your approval. Um... Yeah. Okay, hang on. Let me check the video to see how I need to put the things. Let's see. I'll take a break from that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm watching the video. Okay. Uh-huh. This is from a year ago, though. I wonder if it'll still work. Okay. Oh my god, I'm watching another video and the person's voice sounds exactly like the kind of voice people make fun of. I'm like, hey, what's up, you guys? Uh-huh. Right. Uh-huh. Okay, I think I made it too high. Too... No, actually, no, that should be fine. I did I did forget. Oh no, I didn't. I'm so smart. I'm the smartest. We'll put this here. That way it'll be easy access for me to grab them. We'll put... I'm gonna bring lanterns so it'll look better, but... Okay. Let's see. Let's get these bad boys going. Off you go. Alright. Oops. On you too. Why are you like this? Get back in there. I don't think I made it big enough. Because if it jumps on the bed here, it can just get out. Oh no, you can't. Okay, I'll put another layer of fence up top if they can. Okay, here we go. Oh! Why would you do such a thing? Why would you come in my way? Oh! Oh! Oh, okay, he's laying down. Can you also... Thank you. Fuck, how am I supposed to get out? Loser. No, you're trapped. Go to bed. Okay, and so then we can start setting up the individual pens. I'm gonna need more dye, right? So I think I have a big section right here. I don't need that. Alrighty. Hmm. Okay. Now the wall. Oh shit. Oof. Man, I'm so glad that it's not gonna look like an actual dungeon. It's gonna look so pretty. When everybody comes in, they're gonna be like, wow, how? Wow. You're treating them so well. They look so happy. That is what they will tell me. That's all. Don't hate. I'm not doing anything wrong here. I'm helping them. Don't you see? I'm just helping. I'm helping them have a safe place to live. Can I add windows? I think we're too far down. I'll see. I'll see if I can add like a ceiling. Because I know to the side over here is actually water. So I mean, I could probably open it so you can see, make the wall glass. That could be cool. Would that make you feel better if I made them a wall of glass so they could see outside? Okay, good. That works still. Bro, why are you the only one trying to run? Nothing will make... It's okay. It's because they don't have jobs yet. Just wait. Once they have a job, you'll feel better. Because they'll have something to do. Yeah. I could go up. We'll have to see. Oh, I need to breed the cow. That's right. Before I forget. Let me go breed the cows. I also put all of them far enough away that I don't have to listen to them. Hi. Hi there. Soon. Oh. Where is it? Boom, boom, boom. I wonder how I could use this. Maybe do this wall with this? I'm not sure. We'll see. So how's your day been going, Vessel? Better than theirs, I hope. Oh, a day quest. Yeah, much better. Yeah, you aren't being kept for breeding purposes. See, if you need a pick-me-up, now you can always think. At least Norah isn't keeping me in a cave underground for breeding purposes. I would never keep you for breeding purposes. A horror scenario. Oh my gosh, there is a movie that's like that. It's so fucked up. I hate it. That was one of the first horror movies I like saw, like actually watched. It's crazy. I thought it was just gonna be like a fun suspense movie, like ooh, like oh my god, ha ha ha, you know. It's a movie. What is it called? I think maybe the movie's called Silence or something like that. It's like about this old guy who like lives in like this bad neighborhood, right? And so then these like young teens, these troubled young teens decide that they're gonna go in and rob him. And so they sneak into the house, but then it turns out he's like a super fucking, like, he was in the military or some shit, so that obviously means he's like Superman basically, right? So he can like hear the smallest creaks because, like, you know, he's lived in that house so long. And it's really crazy. And like, because they hear he's rich, right? And so like, you really sympathize with the girl, I think, specifically with the young girl in the group, because she's from like an abusive household, and she's just trying to get money so that her and her younger sibling can run away. And so, you know, when the opportunity comes, you know, all she's thinking about is that that's their ticket out. And then when they're like doing all that, it turns out they find that he's been keeping a woman in his basement. Because I guess the woman, either the woman killed his daughter or killed his wife who was pregnant. I'm not sure. I think it was killed his daughter in like a car accident. And so as a freaky man, he decides to kidnap her so that he can make a new daughter. And it's pretty gruesome. It's pretty awful to like as a you know, female person who this could happen to, as somebody who could bear children. It really is not great. It really is really awful and makes me very uncomfortable to remember it. The only thing is, I wish they would have just like, because either they made a second one or they teased about making a second one, I'm not sure, where like the guy is now chasing after the girl because she freed the other girl, like the kidnapped one, and so now he's like trying to go after her or some shit like that. I'm not sure, but like I hate it. Like they should have just left it there. Like it was such a cool story. They didn't have to push it to that extent. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's not great. They're making me nervous. They making me feel like they're gonna jump out. Yeah, but it's not great. I think maybe I'll make the way down into these. Like, you know, like you're entering a really old, decrepit place. But then you come in and then it's like, whoa, oh my gosh, nature, so beautiful. Nature is healing and all that. raining outside. And it, like, the thing I think that like made me feel so much worse about it was that the girl he kidnapped was like being suspended in the air so that he could like, he used like a turkey baster to insert his like nasty stuff into her. So it was not, it was awful. It's awful to like imagine, to think about, you know. There could really be a person out there who like does that. Yeah, he has her like tied up in like some weird BDSM position. Yeah, I blocked that out of my memory. I didn't want to think about it. Okay, we're gonna need to go out for more of these, so let's get out. Oh yeah, that does look good. Yeah, I think I'll have to do the rest. Oh. Oh my gosh, but so lately I've been fixating on more webcomics. And like, I mean this in the fully, I am not sleeping because I'm reading, because I cannot make myself stop reading. So not in the like ew ew quirky way, but in the like literally I cannot stop myself, and it has been causing me pain. I get myself a headache over it too. I can't help it. I'm like trying to, like, I was doing that on Minecraft and I was playing it even though I was really hurting my hand. So that's why today I didn't play at all until now, because I was, yeah, I've been, and it sucks because it's like I don't realize I'm doing it until I start getting like headaches and stuff like that, and then I'm like, oh, I did it again. I'm letting myself fixate on this and I'm not taking care of myself. I'm like forgetting to eat because I'm so like into it. And like I already forget to eat often, so it doesn't help. Yeah. So that's just me. That's just me at the moment, you know? Doing my best though. Where was I going? I do want to get iron, actually. And maybe some more dark oak. Iron. Oh, dark oak. But it just happens because, you know, I don't have anything to do. The job market is rough, my dudes. I'm literally like applying for like literally anything and everything. Hoping to be hired. Okay, they look like they're not trying to run away anymore, which is good. Yes, it does. It sucks. I'm literally like, please, I'm overqualified for all of these jobs. Please hire me anyway. I will take it. I will take the shitty pay. Just please hire me. And still, nothing. Nothing. Need to go up for more Azealia. I think maybe 2 more? And that should be enough Azealia. But yeah, so recently I was reading a... Like, literally before this, I was reading a webcomic. And it was about... It was an isekai one. And, it was your basic plot, but also it was like it was, well, kind of your basic plot. Like, it's a basic isekai plot, I guess, but it was like this girl, of course she gets isekai, right? So she's in this world of a game she was playing, and it was like a basically like an ultimate game kind of thing, like a phone app ultimate game. And she spent like her night playing it, right? Like she spent like a whole night playing it because she did the easy mode, and she was like, oh, I want to try doing hard mode. And so then in hard mode, instead of playing as like the female lead, you know, like the one that everybody loves and stuff, you end up playing as the girl who's like the antagonist. And like, so there's like so like you get like an affection meter with each like romantic interest or whatever. Well, except for two of them. Two of them are like the brothers, so they're not really a romantic interest, but like basically they're like people who can like kill her, right? And so she yeah, so she wakes up in this girl's like shoes, and like because she was never able to beat the game because she kept dying to the crown prince. And so like in the hard mode, if you like died, you just have to restart. Like, it wasn't like a save progress thing. It was like you have to start all over again because you died. And so she never got past that. Yeah, and in the beginning, I thought it was really interesting. In the beginning, she couldn't speak. Like, she had to choose between multiple choice answers to speak. In the very beginning. And so, and like the first few chapters, she has that. Like that happens. And it's like, you're so like frustrated with her because like she doesn't even get to pick what she says. And so she just, and like the options aren't even good options either, so she's just like fucked all around. And whatchamacallit? And so she gets into this world, and then like she starts to basically learn the plot of, you know, what the like supposed villainess's life was before the female lead comes in, because the female lead's like the normal mode, that storyline starts with when the female lead gets like brought back in, like it's found again, right? So she gets to come back into her rich family after she was missing. And so the evil girl, like the villain or whatever, is the adopted daughter, who was adopted because the dad at the time after his daughter went missing was like grieving, and so she looked similar enough that he brought her home and adopted her. And so she was like poor and everything, right? And they all basically treated her like shit. And so she acted out a lot because she wanted, like, you know, she wanted attention, and she knew that if the like actual daughter came back, that she would just be like thrown out. And so it becomes like this whole thing of, was it all misunderstandings? Like, were they being too much? Like, should they be held accountable for things they said or did as young kids? And you know, and like to some extent you sympathize, because it's like, you know, like of course, like how would you feel if your younger sister went missing one day, and then your dad suddenly comes home and is like, I found this girl that looks like your sister, and she lives with us now. Like, that wouldn't feel great, you know, as a person with siblings. Like, I understand resenting her, but it's like her family, like, basically didn't care what happened to her as she like, because once she got a little older, like her eyes and like her hair like fully, like I guess developed in color. And so the original younger girl, like younger sister, had pink hair and blue eyes, but she has magenta hair and green eyes. And so like everybody, like the dad just basically stopped paying attention to her when she stopped resembling the real daughter. And so for the servants, you know, I guess to them it was, they like were like, oh well, you know, nobody's gonna care even if we mistreat her, because it started from when she was really young that they treated her like that. And so when we come into the plot with our new isekai protagonist, she like goes down for breakfast and her maid gives her this nasty ass like moldy bread, and is like, and so this interaction is actually a part of the original plot. So the girl knows like, oh, these options aren't any good. So she picks the one that she hadn't picked yet, which is because the first option I think is like to like curse at the maid and flip the table. And then the other option is, yeah, everyone is the worst, because she's just this little 12-year-old girl, you know, like she didn't ask to be brought here, but they treat her as if she's like, she manipulated the dude into bringing her, which is ridiculous. But so she's like, what's I call it? Yeah, so the options are that she flips the table and cusses at the maid. The second option is that she grabs the maid and she force feeds her the rotten food that she was trying to feed her, which I think is fair. I mean, as some bitch trying to make me eat some nasty shit, like I'd beat her ass too. You know, like the fuck. That's perfectly understandable. And so and in the original storyline, when she does that though, and she flips the table, her second eldest brother, I guess he walks by and sees just her beating on a maid, and so it's just, she gets in trouble because it's like, oh, like you're hurting the staff again or whatever, you're being crazy like you always are. And so she's like, well fuck, I can't do that. And then like the worst thing is that the brother tries to interfere only to like somehow cause her to like fall, and she gets stabbed in the neck by a fork and dies. So she can't do that. So she literally, her only option, the third option, is to eat the food. And so she forces herself to eat it. And so then her younger brother comes in, not younger brother, her brother comes in, right? The second eldest. He comes in and is like, because she's like gagging, right? And her brother comes in, and at first I guess he doesn't realize it, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then she just like keeps sort of making that noise, and he like looks over at her plate and sees that her food is all disgusting. And so then he gets like angry and like punishes the maid, like sends her to be punished. And so then we get more backstory on Foster Jack. I was shrimping it. Let me raise my desk. And so we get and so we get a little backstory on who like our new isekai protagonist is, right? And it turns out that she has a similar story. I wouldn't say exactly the same, but her story is similar in that she she was born to a different person. I guess she also has two older brothers, and she was born maybe to a mistress. I can't remember for sure if it was a mistress or not, but when her mom dies, she's brought into her father's like home, right? Where her stepbrothers torture her basically, and like to the point where she was like often sick, and like she ended up with like having like stomach issues for like most of the time she lived there. And like she was finally able to move out before she got isekai. So she was finally like living away from them, and she was so happy. But of course, they had to ruin everything for her. But she yeah, and so she was like eating it because she was like I'm used to this. Like my brothers bullied me to the point where like I couldn't eat shit, and like I was always sick anyway. So so she eats it, and then the other brother is like, why didn't you say anything? Like, why would you just eat it or whatever? And she just like, she can't. One of the instances where this before she could say what she wanted. So she's still like stuck on the multiple choices, because then later it's revealed that when she like unlocks the mode where she could speak freely. And then we finally get to see like she finally gets to like talk like a person. And it's just, you know, it's rough. Yeah, it's sad. And it's like, you know, like you get to see like that's really all she wanted, was to be left alone. And she ends up bringing that energy into the whole thing. Just wanting to be left alone. But yeah, that's like the basic gist of it. But it's very sad. But and it's like when I say like stuff they did when they were kids, so you find out that the second youngest brother hated her because one night he overheard her when she was still little and had just been brought into the house. He overheard her wishing that she wouldn't come back, that she would like be dead. Which, you know, understandably he was upset. which is why I say like it's understandable, but you know, now like that they're grown up, like he should have like sympathy to know like, oh well, you know, she came from such a horrible place, like it's natural for her to have wanted to keep this new life no matter what was gonna happen. Hmm. Yeah, okay. We can begin the breeding process. Put that here. Put that here for now. Oh no. Oh no, about the breeding or about the story? But yeah, so and then, you know, they basically say what they've been holding back all these years. And so she apologizes, you know, because like it's an awful thing, but it's also she also understands that the original like villainess, you know, the person who she's like being as, she also must have like felt awful. Oh, the breeding. And so he's the only one to apologize to her, which I think is really important. You know, because like the eldest brother, he like really doesn't apologize for anything. Like he explains why because like, oh, he didn't like her because of, or he treated her this way because he's gonna be a duke, and so he has to put the welfare of the family over whatever she's feeling, which is like bullshit, but okay. And so she basically, when it gets to that point, she's basically at the point where she's like, you know, I don't care about these people. Like, I'm not, because the villain's name is Penelope. She's like, I'm not Penelope. Like, these people aren't anything to me. And she just wants to survive, you know, because it's the only way she'll be able to make it. I might have to make a window. God damn it. But yeah, she ends up meeting the prince, and he's wonderful. He's evil, but he's wonderful. Like he's not bad, right? Like she because there's 5 male leads, right, in the original story. So it's her two brothers, the crown prince, a sorcerer who runs an information guild, and like a slave who was brought from a defeated kingdom, who becomes a swordsman and becomes the knight, for the original female lead. And so she sort of, you know, is deciding, because she's thinking, like in the game, if she reaches 100% affection, she should be safe. So she works towards that. Water was bothering me. And so that's what she's trying to do. She's deciding who she should go for and focus on that one to get to 100 before her coming of age, like birthday, because that's when the real daughter comes back. And so she's trying to do all of that before then. And she decides on the slave boy, because he doesn't have any ties to anything else, and if he's like devoted to her, then he can like help her escape before she dies, because in the game she was always killed, so she's trying to avoid dying, right? And so then yeah, so she decides on the slave boy and she buys him, and she like basically cleans him up and is like, I can use him, he's my best chance. But then she gets to affection with them to a point where it locks the progress, so now she can't see what percentage she's at. She used to be able to see the percentage she was at with affection with all of them, but now she can't. And so she what's it called? What was I saying? Yeah, so she can't see, and then each guy has like their own color above, like, because they all had like circles above their heads. And so she realizes that they all have different colors. And so she doesn't know what the colors mean, and she has to like pay money to see the percentage if she wants to see it. So it takes money out of like whatever money she has to pay for it. And so the slave boy, his is dark. It's like dried blood dark. Like it's and then like her second eldest brother, his is pink, and then the eldest brother's is gold, and then the sorcerer's is purple, and then the emperor's is like flaming red, which I'm assuming is like love, like actual love. And with the youngest brother, I'm assuming it's like that he really does like adore her now, because she ends up being accused of like hurting a bunch of people, and her eldest brother like didn't even think to like ask her if she did it. Like he just assumed she had already done it. And so she, you know, she that was when she was like, you know, fuck this guy. He didn't even like pretend to ask, like, to care about my opinion, or if like ask what happened, you know. He already assumed that I was the one that was in the wrong. And so that's when she decides not to care about him. And then the second youngest brother was actually being a lot kinder and everything. And so he ends up telling her, like, you know, because he's younger, so I think he wasn't allowed into like the court or whatever, or to speak to her, like they didn't let him in. And he tells her, he's like I would have believed you, like I would not have doubted you for a second. And she's like, don't lie to me. And he's like, no, he's like, I really would not have doubted you, like you're not the kind of person to do that. And so she's really touched by him, and so I think he genuinely really cares about her. And then she ended up not choosing the sorcerer because she can't trust him, which I think is the smart call, because he's the one who originally brings in the missing daughter, which basically is like the catalyst to Penelope being like killed and everything, right? So Yeah, and you know, he's like an information guild. He's like a magician, and like being a magician is like illegal, so he's like doing stuff like that, you know. And she just doesn't trust him, and I think she's smart for it. And then with the slave boy, he's, I think, because you know, like, you know, you get your different routes, right? I'm pretty sure he's like the yandere route, because like that's why his would be dark, no? Because it's, I think it's been getting darker as she levels it up. So I think maybe he's like, I think he's like a psycho. But I think that's why his color is like that, because he's like obsessive. Because when she bought him, he had this, yeah, he had this like this like choker on, and she has a ring that connects it, so it'll like paralyze him for when he like gets out of control, because he does. And she, when she had gotten him, like she had when she like looked in his eyes or whatever, she was like, this is someone who is pretending to do whatever they can to survive. So she was like, I don't doubt he'll leave me if it means he survives. But he's like been pretty loyal, and he's been the easiest for her to raise the percentage on. So I think it's also because like the guy has no one else, right? It's just her. So she's just confident that he won't betray her. But like, girl, literally, like at first I was like, oh, like he seems like he'll be like a really sweet guy, because like based on what she mentioned from what the like, not like the real daughter, like what her route is, right, with him, it seems like he's just like, I'll protect you forever, I'll be your knight or whatever. So it seems like, oh, like he's gonna be sweet and dedicated. But like, no, he's crazy. Like the look in his eyes is insane. Like, I don't know, like whenever she talks to him, or she's like having like a moment with him, I'm just like I see it, I see the obsessiveness like growing. Yeah, it's scary. And then you have the crown prince, who she was scared of because he killed her the most when she was trying to beat the game. And that now that she's in it, you know, like when she first met the prince, once she was isekai'd, he like pointed a sword to her neck and like cut her, and like it was really crazy. Like she got sick from it and everything. But like in his defense, he had just survived an attempted assassination on his way to his brother's party that was sent by his stepmom and his younger brother, so he was in a good mood. So in his defense, you know, I'm sure he was still like in I was just almost assassinated mode. But he's also the only one who like listens to her when she talks. Like he doesn't listen to her, like she'll like tell him like, oh, like please don't do that, and he does it anyway. But like he's also the only one who's like genuinely taken an interest in her interests, which I think is sweet. And I like that kind of guy. You know, the kind of guy that will literally fuck anybody up, doesn't care about anybody else but how you're feeling. Like whenever I read, that's the kind of guy I want. In writing, that is the pinnacle of a man who has the power to kill anybody who hurt you, and like wants to just keep you as a happy wife, you know? So I like it. I like the crown. I'm rooting for the crown prince. But I just got to the most recent chapter, so I'm sad because now I have to wait. But I'm wondering how long it's gonna take her to realize that the slave boy is dangerous. Like, I wonder how long it's gonna take her to be like, huh, that's a little odd. That's maybe not okay. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I hope it's not that long. I mean, I think we're getting endgame close. Because the villainous story ends when the real daughter is brought back. And so that's her birthday. And according to what we know, it's 2 weeks from where the story is at this point. And the sorcerer guy is taking her to do like community service, even though it was kind of like supposed to be a date. I thought it was going to be a date. The way he said it, it sounded like it was going to be a date. But what he's doing is he's taking her where the real daughter is, I assume, to like either be a dick or to be like, what are you going to do? Are you going to be a good person and bring her home, or am I going to have to bring her, or what? I think he's going to do some fucked up shit like that. Even though he's really pretty, but it's a shame. I don't trust him, and I feel bad for her because I know that's what he's gonna show her, and it's not gonna be great. Yeah, he's not good either. The only good one is the prince. That's why he's like the red. He's true love, I think. Like they went missing like when they were at like a hunting tournament thing, and they ended up getting lost together, right? Long story short, they ended up getting lost together. And so while they were in a cave like and stuff, you know, she had woken up from a nightmare from like almost being killed, and he was like telling her the story of how when he was 10, how he was almost murdered and stuff. And he like, you know, he opened up with her. He was vulnerable. And it was really great. And I really liked that. And like his affection always went up for her whenever she responded truthfully as herself. Because I feel like with the other ones, if she made like a calculated like comment, then their percentage went up because she was like playing the kind of character they are. You know, the kind what they want. But when it's with the prince, I feel like she answers more honestly. So it's pretty great. Personally, I think it's pretty great. I think I make my life hard for me. Take my bread. Take my bread and breed. Already. Jesus. Yeah, but it's also, it's like getting to the point where it's starting to feel like I was hopeful that the eldest brother would like, oh, it's happening. It's happening. Did you see him? Look, there he is. He's so small, but there he is. Our first adult, or our first child. There he is. Because I wanted to see the kid. I think the little babies are so cute. Oh, there's another one I was reading. It's also a villainous one. The villainous ones are just fun. But so in this one, she in this one it's just originally it's the female lead and then the male lead and then the second male lead, right? The love triangle. And then there's the villainess. And so the villainess is a magical person, and she there's like a glacier thing that her and other people like her have to inspect in order to make sure monsters don't come through. And the female lead is a girl who is basically like a saint, right? And so she ends up with the male lead, of course. And the second male lead in the original story doesn't get the girl and then ends up like ending himself. And so her and the second male lead end up falling in love. This is right at the beginning. And she says she thought it was fine because, you know, they're originally both of their stories end in heartbreak. So why couldn't they find happiness together? Okay, I'm holding. I'm pausing. Let me. Oh, okay. Let me. I'm gonna freeze for a second. I'm frozen. Let me get the names. I've Become a True Villainess is the one with the 5 male leads, I think. Let me check. Oh no, I'm. Let me see. Villains Are Destined to Die is the one with the 5 male leads. I'm Destined to Die is that one. And then the one I'm talking about just now is I've Become a True Villainess. Yeah. God damn it. No! Go back. No! Go back. As a child! Can kids not go in there? Go on. Go on. Quickly now. No! Go back! Stop it! Go back! Get out of here. Come on. Come on. Hurry up. Come on. Go in there. Go into your pen. Stop this. Go in there. Hurry up. Into the pen. Into the pen. Hurry up. The baby would be less scared if he just went in the pen. Fine then, go back in there. Hurry up. Get in there. Hurry up. Get back in there. Go on. Get. Yeah, the first one is at like 109 chapters, I think. So the one with the 5 male leads, that one's really long right now. So I read that one for a while. Yeah, the baby's in the pit. Baby in a pit, it's a baby in a pit. It's a baby in a pit, it's a baby in a pit. Pit, 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 pit. What if I... No! You fucking bitch! Get in there! Hurry up and get in there! God! He outsmarted me, the fucking bitch. Okay, we'll get him this time. We'll get him this time. But yeah, so the second one is what was it? Oh yeah, so the male so she gets engaged to the second male lead. And she's thinking, you know, I will marry him since we both get a bad ending originally. We can get a good one together. Yeah, that one is actually a novel, I think. The 5 male lead one is a novel. I saw people in the comments talking about it. But yeah, so youth reliving, revealing about the ruler that imprisoned, rebelling. Oh, yeah, it's a rebel. Fucking brat. I made you come here. Without me, he wouldn't have been born. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, in the game. Yeah, I got you. But yeah, so what was the thing? Oh yeah, so so she's engaged, and so when we get more information, right? The story is starting at the point where she and the second male leader are gonna get married, and the girl, the like saint girl, has already arrived. The original plot is that the saint is actually an isekai. So, so this girl has arrived, and their fight against the regimen. they're gonna write about me, and they're not in their their autobiography. They're gonna write about me, the one that chased them around with bricks. But yeah, and so her fiance is like, I guess he's the one who's in charge of the Saintess. I guess he's like her knight or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I mean, because he's like a marquis, and so, but I guess they were the ones that found her, so he's like responsible for her or whatever. And so he's like spending a lot of time with the new girl, and you know, our villainess here, the fiance, she's like, I shouldn't get mad, you know, like he can't help it, you know, it's part of the story, you know, he can't help that he's interested in her. And so because of the kind of person, like kind of magical being she is, their weddings have to be held at certain locations only. Like she can't just get married anywhere. And so she's getting married at the palace of the first male lead, the original. And so the original male lead seems very annoyed with how her fiance acts, the second male lead. I don't know, I guess he doesn't like him. And then it's later revealed that the reason why these weddings are so like controlled is because because they're called sterns, I think. Yeah, sterns. So if a stern, like our villainess, gets it's like a marriage pact, kind of like an oath. So her fiance took an oath to marry her, and so when that happens, if the other person isn't there on time on the wedding, the stern's magic will explode and they'll basically die. So it's a really delicate matter. That's why it's usually held at only certain places. And so in the Archduke, who is the male lead, in the Archduke's eyes, you know, her fiance is being way too like liberal with her life, because she, you know, like she was like sick too, and he was like obsessing over the Saintess. He's like, oh, like this and that, and then like calling each other by like on first name basis and stuff, which I guess in this nobility isn't okay, but they're just like super close. And then like, you know, it gets to the point where people start talking and she start being like, so she started to feel some type of way, but she's like, no, like I gotta hold it in, like I can't be a bad person, because if I show that I'm angry or that I'm mad or like, you know, that I'm sad or anything like that, it's only gonna lead to my end. It's only gonna lead to me being killed. So she's swallowing it. She's swallowing her pride, and she's just trusting him, because she genuinely likes him too. Like it isn't just like, oh, like sure, I'll live like this, but like she genuinely grew to like him. And so she's trying to be understanding, because like, yeah, that's also his job, so she's doing her best. But we start seeing snippets of the Saintess and how she watches our villainess, and she talks about how she's envious of her, and because she has like a tutor teaching her like the culture of this world that she got isekai to, the Saintess, and she asks how she can be a stern too. And so the guy's like, it's like, I mean, he's like, you're a Saintess, you're already a saint, like I don't like, why would you need to be another, you know, why would you have to have another type of power? And she just like keeps repeating to herself that she's like envious of our girl. And so I'm kind of like, so you're one of those girls. You're one of those girls that comes in acting all sweet and innocent, but really you were the one that was pulling all the strings. And so she, for some reason, ends up being like, I want to go to this like monolith thing, which it's like just like a big magic stone, right, that sterns go to, and when they touch it, if it reacts a certain way, then you're proved to be a stern. But it's only people born on wintry Wednesdays, I think, wintry Wednesdays. And so but they don't know when the saint was born. So and it's like a snowstorm, like it's a bad snowstorm, and she basically begs and she pleads for the fiance to take her. And this was when he had decided like to tell her like, we can't be this close anymore. Like, I can't talk to you like this, and you can't call me by my name. Like, it's not appropriate, and my fiance doesn't like it. So let's, like, he's like, this is the last time I'll be attending you. And so then she does the worst thing. Oh my god, she pulls the tears, and she's like, but what about me? I'm in a new place all alone. You're my only friend, and now you can't even stay around me like you promised you would protect me, and all this shit. So then he, like a dumbass, decides to go with her to go see this glacier thing, and then they get lost in the snowstorm the day before the wedding. The day before. And like, the crazy thing is that like, we find out that while the Stern themselves, so our villainess, she doesn't know about if her fiance doesn't show, that she'll die. Like, she doesn't know that. The only person who knows that are the people conducting the ceremony and the fiance, so that they know that they have to be there no matter what. So she has no idea. And so then when our Archduke, the true male lead, finds out, he like goes and he's like, oh, like, what do you mean he's missing? And then he like tries to reassure her, like, I'm gonna find him and I'll drag him back by the time the wedding's happening. He's like, I will do it, do not even worry. You show up, you get dressed like normal. By the time the wedding happens, he will be there. And so she, she's trusting him. She's putting trust in her fiance and trust in this Duke, who is also being very, like, he's doing his best to reassure her. And so they get lost in a snowstorm, and the guy's trying to say, like, her fiance's trying to tell the saint, like, I have to leave, like, I have to. She, like if I don't, it's dangerous. And then the girl's trying to be like, you can't leave me in a cabin by myself in a snowstorm. And he's like, she's like I literally have to go. And so he also ends up getting hurt if he doesn't make it. So then like it like cuts to the church, where our protagonist is beautiful in her wedding dress waiting for him at the church. And then people are whispering, they're talking, they're like, oh my god, is it true then? Is it true that he and the saint girl, are they really? And she's kneeling here, praying that he makes it, because she can't do this. She cannot, like, she's put up with so much just for him to not show up. And literally, I was with her. I was like, I cannot believe. And then she starts choking on blood. She starts coughing up blood. Yeah, he did. Like, he didn't explain. And then he like and you know what the worst, oh my god, the part that pisses me off the most, oh my god, so the Archduke is back at the church, right? He runs towards her, and everybody's like, don't touch her, like, you can't touch a Stern when this is happening, like, you'll be in danger. And he's like, us standing around waiting for her to like die isn't gonna help either. So he rushes to her, and he gets married to her. Like, instead he does like a promise to marry her, and then they get married, and that is able to like stop her powers from exploding and killing her. Her powers, which are like on her neck, right? So she would like die for real. And so then she wakes up, but she doesn't really remember until he like starts talking to her about it. And then her fiance comes, and this man is alive. Okay, and he comes in, and he's like, tell me it's not true, tell me you didn't marry another man. And like, before he had come in though, the Duke had told her, your fiance knew. He knew that if he didn't make it in time, you would die. He was aware of this. You weren't, because like, we don't tell the Sterns so that they're not like afraid, right? He's like, but your fiance is always told. They are always told, and he knew that if he didn't show up, you would die. And so her fiance comes in, bursting through the door, being like, how could you marry another man? Right? And she's justifiably pissed and upset. Cause like, girl, I would be too. Like, you've been with him for like a year or two or something like that, and he knew you would die if he didn't show up, and he still risked it. He still, that's the thing that gets me, is that he still risked it. He could have literally said no, but he like came in here and he's basically trying to like be like, how dare you marry another man, blah blah blah. And she like, and she's just standing, and he like touches her, and when he touches her, she feels the power from the saint, because it turns out the saint is also a magical being like herself. And so she's like trying to pull her hand away, because she, you know, she's like, and she tells him, she's like, did you marry the saint? And he's like, because like she like starts thinking about like, how would he have survived that? And then he touches her, and then she realizes, oh, he married the saint. And she's like pissed, right? Because like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why would you do something like that? And he's still, oh, we got 3 grown people. We got 3 grown people. This changes everything. Okay, so I have to wait till they're adults to move them. But no, yeah, he is a selfish prick. He's the worst. Literally the worst. Huh? Where did my block go? What is this? Where did that block go? Just missing that block? That's so weird. There we go. Yeah, right? And so then he's trying to be like, nah, this is temporary. This is temporary. Like she doesn't mean it. She doesn't mean anything to me, babe. She doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, I did go out in that snowstorm knowing that if I didn't make it back, you would die, just because she was being selfish and it was like pretending that she was upset. But like, I totally like, babe, like, trust me, you know, basically. And it's so, because it's like, really, like, you're really gonna try and pull that when you're the person that almost killed her. Like, that's really what you're trying to go with. Ooh, nice. Thank you. Man. But no, yeah, it's so messy. Damn it. But so then she should have put a car out before I got in here. Man. Down here. Wait for me. Yeah, so then he literally spends all this time being all like, oh, like, when are you gonna divorce the Duke? Blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, he's like, please, babe, take me back, right? But like at no point does it ever feel like he knows what he did wrong, or that he cares that he did something wrong. And so she tells him to fuck off, you know, as one does. Like, as she should. Come on. Come on, let me have it. There we go. Okay. Okay, we need to make a bookshelf. Yeah, throw the fiance away, honestly. And like, the Duke is so much nicer to her. Like, genuinely so much nicer. Like, there's a point where like she like asks him not to do something, and like he's sort of like teasing her, right? But then she's like, your Duchess is asking you not to do this, and he's like, well, if my Duchess is opposed, like, who am I to go against her? And he just gives in immediately. And I was like, that, yes. And he's so sweet to her. Like, even the one time that he like is mean to her because they were arguing, he immediately apologizes when she tells him that she was hurt by what he said. Like, immediately an apology. But yeah, honestly, fuck that guy. And he's like still like begging after her for so long, trying to be like, my fiance, she's my fiance. And it's like, no, she's not, dude. Like, you didn't give a shit if she died. Why the fuck would she want you as her fiance? Like, boy, I wouldn't want you as my fiance. Soon. Gotta check the... Oh. Ooh, nice. So happy. I want to fill up that whole chest with lava so that everybody can use it. Grab this. Go. Yeah, that one is only 20 chapters so far. And I mean, so far, they're living a pretty harmonious marriage. But I don't know. I know the Saint girl is gonna cause problems because she like, when she was watching them, like, during a ball, she like mutters to herself like, oh, maybe I should have gone that way. Like, talking about like, maybe she should have like gone for the Duke instead of the guy that she ended up swindling. So she's clearly envious of what she has. So yeah, I think she's gonna cause problems at some point, but you know, we don't know when. Yeah, just like literally she comes into this world as a saint. Like, how crazy is that? Oh, and then there's this scene. So after the marriage thing happens, right, where he's still like begging for her to come back to him, she ends up going to like the Duchess's terrace, which is basically like only she is allowed there. Like not even like the Duke can go there. Like it's her private area where she can be alone. And the Saintess sneaks her way in and is trying to be like, I want us to be friends, blah blah blah, right? Basically. And so then the Duchess is standing with her door, her back to the door. So the Saint can see if somebody's like in the doorway. And so when she's in the doorway, she repeats something she heard our girl say. And it makes her look like she's a bad person, right? But our girl recognizes her ex-fiance's cologne. So she knows that he's there listening. And so she calls her out, which I think is refreshing. I love that she does that. She's like, I know, she's like, you know he's standing there. She's like, why would you say that? You know he's standing there. You can see him. Like, you're facing the door. You can see him. So why would you say something to make me look like the bad person? And then there's like a flash of light and the girl is gone. And she like kind of screams a little. And so then the guy, her ex-fiance, runs in and he's like, did you push her over the rail? Like over the terrace? And then the Saint girl like floats up from behind her. And that's when she decided, nah, fuck this dude. Because like he didn't for a second doubt that she pushed this girl over the rail. Like he really thought she would do something like that. And like honestly, yeah, go for her. That was when she decided like, I'm not gonna go back to you. Like never. Like she might have entertained the idea until that point. But after that, she was like, go fuck yourself, dude. But yeah, currently in the story so far, she's living her best life. She's living her best life. And I'm proud of her. I hope she gets to enjoy her life a little while longer. But yeah, I really love that moment. That moment was so badass of her to be like, why would you say that knowing that there's somebody there, like calling her out? Love that shit. Ooh. Oh, their farm is so much more sophisticated than mine. Ooh, is there chests with food? Hello, I'm here to collect my food. My food tax. Oh, I will... let's see. I will take half a stack. Thank you. Oh, no, not that. I'll take some of these. Thank you. Thank you. Gotta give them more stuff so that they'll make more kids. More. Is that what you guys are saying? More? Of course, more. 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 Oh, they're also growing stuff up there. That's right, I forgot. All right, fellas. God damn it. Take the carrots. Take them. Take it. God damn it. Take them. Breed more. Breed more. I want more people. Let's go pick up the pace, boys. Oh, wait. Forgot. I needed to make a bookshelf. Let's go. But that's what I was reading today. I think those are the only ones I've read today. There's also, I also read the one that Axis recommended to me, Father, I Don't Want This Marriage. That one was so good. I loved it. It was so good. It's so cute. It's really good. It's at, I think, 100 plus chapters right now. So it's still pretty good. It's about a girl. What? Hold on, let me hold on. Let me read the synopsis real quick. The synopsis. What? Synopsis. Let me read that real quick. Father, I don't want this marriage. How does it start again? Oh. Wait, is it? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, so this one is about a girl who ends up being like tried or like she gets arrested for poisoning the princess. Which she didn't do, but she ends up getting blamed for it because she was also a mean person. And so she ends up like her dad, who is a guard, like a knight, like he's like the hero of the kingdom because of what he did during the war. And so he leads her towards like the worst dungeon area. That's like where they keep like the worst criminals, right? And so, you know, she's like her whole life she has basically like begged for her father's attention, but he never gave it to her, so she felt like he didn't care about her. And so then when she's about to go into the dungeon, he hands her a knife and he tells her like, take this, right? And so she thinks like, oh, he wants me to kill myself. Because like that's where like the rumor is that they like torture people. And so she takes this knife with her and she goes in there and she ends up killing herself because the prince comes in being like, who poisoned my sister, you know? And so she and so he was known for being like a cruel person too. So she kills herself because she's like, fuck that, I'm not getting tortured. And she ends up waking up like years beforehand. And so it turns out that she was like, because she, in like classic daddy issues you know way, she was following, yeah, no, that's exactly it. He like he like gives it to her without explaining. And so in classic daddy issues fashion, it turns out that one of the reasons why she had such a bad reputation is because this guy was nice to her one time. And so she ended up like following him around, being like, I'm in love with you, and basically being like, you're like a crazy stalker kind of thing. Oh, hang on one second. But yeah, so in classic daddy issues fashion, she falls for the first guy who's nice to her, which isn't great, you know, but understandable. But like, understandable, have a nice day. But she so she decides when she's back, she decides, I'm gonna break up with him because nothing good ever comes of it. Because I guess the guy ends up, in the original line, like timeline, he ends up falling in love with the princess. And so he leaves her, and then they think she poisoned the princess because she was in love with the guy, right? Because she was so obsessive over him. So she decides, fuck that, I'm not doing that. So she breaks up with him, and then he's weird about it, and he thinks that, oh, she's just like saying that for attention, because I guess like she was known for doing things just to get attention, because again, the daddy issues, because her mom's dead. By the way, yeah, her mom's dead. I forgot to mention that. Her mom's dead. And so she breaks up with him, and she decides, okay, I'm going to fix my reputation so that people don't want to kill me. And then I will marry, like I will find a way to escape before then, so that that doesn't happen again, so that I don't die again. And so like you see like bits about how like her father was really like distant with her. Like it wasn't like he wasn't like beating her every day or anything. It was more like neglect, right? I mean, we find out why, and it's very, very sad. But like he's a good dad. Like he really, really loves her. He like adores her. And it's so sad that he can't, like at first he's sort of like keeping himself from doing any of that because of plot reasons that I won't spoil. But he ends up having to be like that with her. But she genuinely thinks that her father does not care about her because her memories were sealed. Oh, it did the thing. Yeah, because her memories were sealed, she doesn't know. But so one night she's like walking around the castle at night, and she hears her father talking with somebody who he calls Max, and Max calls her father Master, and they're like arguing or something like that. And he's basically being like, why won't you like do this thing? Like why are you being like such a coward, kind of thing, basically, right? Being like, oh, you're like the strongest person out there, like you could kill him in an instant. And so basically it turns out that guy is the prince, and he's trying to get her dad to help with the rebellion, but he's like saying he can't do what he's asking him, again for plot. And so and then what happens? Oh yeah, and so then you basically realize, oh, the king is evil. I had a book in there? I didn't even know I had a book in there. I was right here waiting for leather. Nice. Okay. Lectern. Let's go. We will make you into a scholar. Is there a new kid yet? New kid yet? Y'all fucking suck. Hello. Paper for power 1. Okay, well, that's not great. I was hoping for a better roll, but should I roll it again? Maybe I should roll it again. Well, let's... I guess if he ends up having a bad roll, I'll just kill him. We can make more villagers anyway. It's not like it's hard. If he doesn't give me what I want, I'll kill him. Simple. But yeah, it turns into a very wholesome story about this girl who thinks her dad hates her and is trying to marry her to the evil crown prince. But he's actually not. He's actually definitely not trying to marry her off because he loves her more than anything in the world. Like, that was not at all... Like, the only reason he started looking into suitors was because she said that she wanted to marry someone who, well, because I think he asked her about, like, her boyfriend or whatever. And she's like, oh, no, I don't want to marry him. I want to marry somebody else. And then her dad is like, oh, well, what kind of person do you want to marry? Oh, yeah, because he thinks that she's, like, depressed. Right, because she, like, the nurse and stuff sees her, not the nurse, the maids see her, like, sighing and stuff and just, like, looking kind of depressed. And so they tell him, and they're like, you know, I think, like, oh, it's, like, funny, too. There's, like, really funny moments. And this is one of the funny moments where, like, her maid comes in at the moment when she was, like, yawning. And so she has, like, tears in her eyes because of how, like, how she yawned. And then the maid thinks that she was crying because she's heartbroken. And so then when the maid walks out, like, the father's standing there and he's like, what happened? And then she's like, she's so upset, she's crying. And then he's like, what do we do? He's like, what do we do? How can my baby girl cry? And it's so funny. Because so then he, like, asks one of the servants, like, hey, I need you to, like, compile a list of eligible men. And he asks her, like, oh, what kind of guy are you looking for? But he doesn't really tell her why. So she thinks he's trying to marry me off. Like, he's trying to up his social standing by marrying me to somebody, right? And so she just says, somebody who's stronger than you. Which is, like, impossible because nobody's stronger than her dad because he's, like, a war hero. And so he's like, okay. And so then he gets the list from the servant and he sees the prince's name, Maximilian something, right? And so he circles the name and basically and, like, when he circles it, he tells the servant, like, don't put him on the list, like, take him off and make a new list. And so when she happens to come across that paper, she just sees Maximilian's name circled. And so she's like, oh my god, he's trying to marry me to the evil prince. And she's like, I mean, it makes sense. He's, you know, it would help him get close to the royal family. They are the only family, like, in the hierarchy under the imperial family, so it would make sense, like, the, you know, they're almost on equal power. And she's, like, over here thinking all the, like, awful reasons that he could be wanting to marry her, right? Marry her off. But he was just like, I'm trying to cheer my girl up by making her see that there are better men out there. so then she starts, like, trying to figure out a way to get her dad to not marry her to this evil prince. And so she and so one night she's, like, in bed, right? And her dad, I think, is, like, where's her dad? Her dad is gone, I think. I think he's, like, at the palace. Oh, one second. One second. Sorry about that. Yeah, and so he sneaks in there. Basically, he knows that like her dad has like said like, oh, she's my only weakness. And so the prince is like, why the fuck would he like let somebody like this be his weakness? And he had called her a rat, by the way, when he had like when he was talking with her dad that night. He was like, oh, I saw a rat. And so it's very clear that he doesn't like the daughter. And so he goes into her room, but he was going to kill her to like free his like master from his weakness or whatever, right? And so she but he's about to kill her, and she ends up waking up, like kind of, and she's like half asleep, so she's not really sure like what's going on, but she tells him like, I think you're in the wrong house. She's like, I think you're in the wrong house. This is the Duke's house. You know? And he's like, he like freezes because like, what? Like, why the fuck why would she say something like that? And then she realizes it's him, who he's like her dad's student. And so then she's like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, he was probably just looking for my dad. And so she tells him like, oh, this is my room. My dad's not here though, if you were looking for him. And so she's not like acting very scared. And so he's like confused, and so she's like looking at him and the way he's dressed, and she's thinking, oh, she's thinking he's like a mercenary. And then she's like, oh, he probably doesn't have a home. So she's like, oh, do you want to stay here? She's like, we can get you like a room or something. And like he like is like forcing her sorta to like hide it from the knights who like come to check on her. And she's like, yeah, you can just like sleep here, that's cool. She's like, yeah, just, she like gives him like some blankets, and she's like, yeah, there you go, you could just sleep there, because she has like a couch in her room, right, like a little thing. And so she just falls back asleep immediately. Like, this girl is not afraid at all. She's just fucking tired of shit. And so she's like, so she just falls asleep. And so then he's like watching her, and he's like sort of looking at her kind of like dumbfounded, like, what the fuck is happening right now? And he like is just sort of watching her. And then he's like, she's so weird, right? Like, because he's like, what kind of a reaction was that? Yeah, exactly. He's sitting there like, girl, what? What do you mean? And so then he ends up falling asleep by watching her sleep, right? Like, because he's so like relaxed or whatever, right? Wink wonk. And so he she ends up like waking up, and like she wakes him up like, hey, like, get up if you don't want to be like seen, right? Because like her maids are like gonna come in and stuff. And he like flips her onto the ground, like dead ass, because like out of like, I guess like fight or flight instinct or whatever, he's scared. Like, he flips her, and he ends up hurting her, and he ends up feeling guilty about it, because she shoves him in her closet and it's like, if you don't want them to know you're here, shut up, don't make a sound. And so while he's in there, he hears her maid come in, and they're like, and the maid is like, oh my god, your hand, like, what happened? How'd you get hurt? And she's like, oh, you know, I don't know, I guess I just hurt myself. And he's in the closet, and now he's like feeling bad. He's like, oh, well, it's probably when I dropped her, or when I flipped her. And so we see, oh, sweet guy. And it's cute because she sees him as like a stray cat. Like that's her visual for him. And so then he ends up like leaving. He leaves, and then she like sort of, he leaves her a note like, I'll be back or something like that. And she's just kind of like, you could have just said bye. Like, what the fuck? But, you know, at that point, what can she do? So she just puts it out of her mind, doesn't really think about it anymore. Oh my god, that is so loud. Hang on. I'm gonna sleep. That's so loud. I don't know how loud that was for you guys, but holy shit, was that loud in my ear. Excuse me, I was told I could sleep during thunderstorms. Oh, okay, it's gone. Thunderstorms, yeah. But so he ends up like visiting more, and he basically like falls in love with her because she's cute. And he ends up realizing like, oh, like I understand why. Like he doesn't really know it at first. And so then she sort of like, she ends up like when she sees that her dad wants to marry her to the crown prince, she decides, oh, I'm gonna talk to him and ask him if he'll get into a contract relationship with me, so that I can be like, oh dad, like I already have a boyfriend, like, you know, like that sucks, you know, sucks. I guess I can't marry the crown prince. Because she doesn't know he's the crown prince, because nobody knows what the crown prince looks like, because he always wears a mask. Like he always wears his like armor helmet, so nobody actually knows what he looks like. But her dad knows that he's the crown prince. So when they like, when he goes to like introduce himself, right? She's like, oh yeah, like why would he reject his student? You know, like he like, for sure his student he would like be okay with. But the dad is like pissed. It's like, why? Because like he knows the prince to be cruel. Like even him as like his ally and his master knows that he has a tendency to be really cruel, and definitely not the person you want your sweet innocent daughter to date. But she insists that she loves him. She's like, but daddy, I love him. And he's like, well, fuck me, dog. He's like, fuck. He's like, please don't love him. So the dad is like assuming she knows who the crown prince is. He's like assuming she knows that that's the prince. Huh? And yeah, and so then she like slowly starts like her dad starts warming up with her again, like to her again. And because of a lot of misunderstandings, because like they'll see her doing something when she's like literally thinking about something else, and they'll be like, oh, it's so touching, she loves her father so much, when she was just like bored looking at the window. They're like, oh, she doesn't feel safe because he's not home. And they tell him, and he's like, I'm going home right now. My daughter does not feel safe without me there. And everybody's like, bro, chill. Like, she's fine. Well, not everybody. She's literally like, I did not say that. I don't know who said that to you, but I did not say that. But her dad loves her. So it's really refreshing because there's another story where, like, honestly, I recommend that one a lot. Father, I Don't Want This Marriage is actually really good and I really recommend it. It's funny, it's sweet, it's sad, like, it's everything. It's so good. It has a lot of heart. I love it. Because there's another one that's like I Am the Real One, which is like a girl who's like the actual legitimate daughter, but she doesn't really look like her dad because like her dad has like blonde hair, red eyes, and so does her younger brother, but she has dark hair and I think like blue eyes or something like that. And so a girl with blonde hair and red eyes shows up and it's like, I'm your real daughter, that's an imposter. And like everybody immediately is like, yeah, no, that makes sense. And like that's it. Like that's it. And so we see that like she is the real daughter and she just got fucked over by these people. Kind of want to focus on my library first. I'm gonna make more obsidian. Oh, I can do that though. I should fix my I wonder, can I, it already has efficiency, can I if it already has efficiency 2, can I add another efficiency? Let's see. If a tool has efficiency 2, can I then add a higher efficiency to it? By combining 2 items with efficiency and an anvil. Okay, so I can add. So I can add more. But I mean, this one's almost out, honestly. I feel like I should just save my diamonds and make a new axe instead. A new pickaxe. And put mending on it. Where did I leave my mending book? Huh? Thought I brought it with me. Is it in here? Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, dead ass. Like, I cannot believe it. And because she, like, literally, I think this is the saddest part, is that she, it's not like she was mean. Like, she wasn't mean to people. So, like, she was just, like, reserved. Like, she was just focused on the fact that she wanted her dad to, like, pay attention to her, to acknowledge her, because he never did. Like, she worked her ass off in everything. And her dad never once, like, paid attention to her. And so then, when she gets to be reborn again, she decides, like, fuck that. I'm just gonna live for me, because he's never gonna pay attention. He's never gonna acknowledge me or praise me or anything like that. So why should I waste my life away trying to please him? Is what she ends up deciding. And so then he starts to notice her. It's only at that point that he starts to notice her, which is the worst part. And then, like, it's slowly revealed that he was the one that, like, contacted a magician to bring her back or something like that, to turn back time or whatever. But I would rather see him suffer more, to be honest. I don't think he's suffered enough. Not for all the pain he's caused her. Because all she ever wanted was to be loved, and he couldn't even do that for her. Because, like, I guess, like, the excuse the author's giving him is that he needed to focus on the family name, and that's it. Like, he couldn't afford to think about his kids and that he regrets not being able to pay attention to his kids. But I think that's stupid. I don't like that. I think that's such a dumb excuse. Like, the father in Father, I Don't Want This Marriage, he has a good excuse. Like, that's a good excuse. And it's shown that he loved her always. You know, we see in the plot why he grew cold towards her, but it's like, but he like, you know, he loved her. You know, he loved her. He just had to distance himself from her, but he never once did not love her. Whereas with the I Am the Real One, like, he literally just threw her away the second somebody who looked like him came and was like, oh, it's actually me. And I mean, because technically in their family, there's I guess in this world there's like a prophecy that some, because they have like water, like midget, like water, like people, right? But it's only women, and it's only from their family that there's a water user that's born, and there's only one that's born. So it's a prophecy that two will show up and one will be the end while the other one will be the savior, basically. And so everybody assumes, oh, the girl that doesn't look like him is the bad one, and the other girl knows how to manipulate people, so she ends up being able to convince everybody, like, wow, I am such a sweet and innocent girl, and I am so much better. Like, wow, I'm so nice, and she's such a mean and evil person. And then she ends up presenting her magic powers before the real one does. So she so then they're like, oh, she's the real one, not you, because you don't have your water powers yet. Which is dumb, considering that the girl who came, like, fake one, is 1 year older than her, so she has the advantage of being, like, you know, closer to the age of when they awaken or whatever. But yeah, they kill her. So when she comes back, she's like, fuck you, dad. And she makes friends, and she's like, no, I didn't, like, she makes friends with some girls, right? And she's like, I didn't speak to you because I don't know how to speak to other people. Like, I never really, like, she's like, you know, like, because she focused so long on studying and, like, trying to be, like, an exemplary daughter for her dad, that she just didn't. Yeah, literally. So it's just, like, it's not fair. And, like, she makes friends, and you get to see her fall in love, and it's really great, you know, to see her coming into her own person and, like, learning what she likes and what she doesn't like. And then when the girl comes, because now she's prepared, she doesn't lose to her. Like, when the girl's trying to make her look bad, she makes her look worse. Like, because she knows, like, oh, she's gonna try and do this. So then she outsmarts her. She outsmarts her every round. And so her dad grows more and more, like, on her side. The only thing that could make it bad is that if she again awakens before her. So she's trying to make her, like, she's hoping she will be able to awaken before then, because if she doesn't, then she's fucked. But she also made a deal with her grandfather. He made her, like, an escape place. There's, like, a location she can escape to. So she's like, I'm gonna try and stay and prove my innocence, but if it comes down to it, I'm gonna run. Yeah. It's pretty cool, though. She's really good. She's a smart girl. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Ba-da bum. So many cows. There they go. There they go. Nice. I should leave like a smoker there. So there's a farm you can make where it like cooks the meat too. But I did end up stealing a smoker. Oh, don't tell me I left it. Oh no, it's here. I'll make a little like cooking area. Yum. Wait. Okay. Right, I forgot I was gonna... Yeah. And it's like she also was the head of the knights because like traditionally, because they're a military family, they take like... They end up being commander for a bit. Like traditionally. And so she thinks that the knights don't like her because they don't think she's like skilled. But then after she like talks to them, they end up like saying like, what, like they end up realizing like you were trying to be friends with us, like we thought you were like we thought you were like criticizing us. And she was like, no, I just don't know how to interact with people. And so then she ends up finding out that she's like truly loved by a lot of people. But we're at the point where we're waiting to see what happens next. So we'll see. Yeah, I just need 2. Right? And... Oh, I need a buck. Should be paper. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I've been reading. And some BL, but I feel like... I feel like it's probably not appropriate. I probably shouldn't talk about what BL I'm reading. Yeah. The BL I read, it tends to be darker just because there's more of them that are like that, you know? You see that kind of thing more often. I found one with like a real, like I tend to, honestly with BL, how pretty everybody is really important to me. Because like in order to like get immersed, right? I feel like for me personally, like I have to read about people who I would find attractive. And since I tend to just like pretty people, I just prefer pretty people. I just prefer to read about pretty people. Could have sworn. Oh. But I think if they made more fucked up, like, princess stories and stuff, I think I would also read those. But I feel like they tend to be more, like, wholesome slash tame. So... okay, it's 2. Oh. Okay. So it's 2 diamond, 4, and 1 book. Yeah, I wouldn't. It's not like dark relationships. I mean, more like dark settings, like mafia stories. Like, you know how, like, that kind of thing. Like if there's like torture, things like that. But it's not like between the relationship. It's like outside of that. Like the people in the relationship have to have like a good relationship. Like it can't be like a like toxic problematic one, but it's like a good relationship in a toxic world. Then that's good. That's the kind of stuff I like to read. Yeah, you get it, you get it. I'll need to put a chest over there too, I think. Oh, I could probably make it automatic, to be honest. I'll need some iron though. Doink. Need more iron. Yeah, recently for the BL, I've been reading mafia stories. That's what I've been into recently. Norah! 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 Um... Let's see. Iron. 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 Am I out of iron? Oh man, I think I used up all my iron. Man. I think I had some more in the boat. No! Oh yeah, I do. I have 14 more. Okay. Oh my god, scare the shit out of me, fucking bitch! Jesus fucking Christ! Let's see. Come on. Come on. I need to make coppers. I need to make some. I need to go mining again. Damn. We're gonna have to go mining. I had so much. I had so much iron, but I guess I used it all. Excuse me. Nice. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna have to take some weight from them. It's okay because it's a communal. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I feel bad taking stuff from the farm, but the cow meat is for all of us. I don't have a compost. Okay. 7 wheat. Okay, I guess we'll go into the mines because we're gonna need more iron. Nope.
Let's see. Um, Man, I had these stuffed with things and now I'm emptying them out. That's crazy. Um, there we go. I don't have any food. Oh, I'll just take the meat. Duh, I can just take the meat. Wait, let me check what time it is. I'll do another hour and then we'll end stream. Like another like half an hour-ish. So we hit 4 hours. Dum 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 da da ba bum. Ow. Broke my legs. Oh, I should have made new armor. I don't want to head back already. I'm already here. That's okay. It's fine. I'm sure I left some armor nearby. Or, I mean, some iron nearby that I didn't mine. Yeah, I mean, it's around 3 a.m. right now. Yeah, so I'll go to sleep when it's like 4, because that's when I've been going to sleep. I'm gonna start trying to fix my sleep schedule though, hopefully. I'll try and stay up. Oh. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I'm trying so that I can sleep earlier at night. If not, then I'll just I'll just do a sleeping aid to help me out. I know I left some because I'm lazy. Look at that. It's okay. 'Cause I would have been up anyway. So I figured I'd do a stream. I haven't been feeling it, but you know, I have to be consistent with my content. As consistent as I can be, so. Uh, um. Honestly, if I didn't sleep, I would have probably just started another webcomic. I probably would have just done that. So I think this is the better alternative. I can head to bed after I finish stream. Bum, bum, ba-da, bum, bum. I know. It happens like this every now and then. I try not to let it happen, but sometimes I can't help it. Especially when it's like when the timing is like this, when I'm sort of like waiting for stuff to happen. It's just it makes me feel better to keep my mind busy. But it's also not like healthy, which I know. So, you know, it's a rough situation. Fuck. Okay, I'll try to take a full stack and then we can leave. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm burping so much. Oh, I drank a Coke. That's probably why. I forgot I drank Coke today. full stack. Okay, I'll just grab these and then we can go. Alrighty. Easy! See, I knew I left a bunch because I got lazy. So when I come down this low, I'm usually focused on finding diamonds. So I tend to leave a lot of like the normal ore. When I was playing the other day with Nio and Luna, I kept finding diamond. I found like, I think 30 something diamond that day. I gave them to Nio as a food tax so that they will feed me. So I don't have, because I always forget to like do food because I like going in mines and like exploring a lot more. And so Naya was like, that's okay, because like I guess they don't normally like doing it. Or they don't like doing it as often. So yeah, they're farmers. They like farming. Which is cool. You know? Since I need a food source. Bum bum ba da ba bum. The tense run home at night is always so... It's always so nerve-wracking. I want to die. Home. My sweet home. Home, 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 home. Sleep. Oh no. Should make no armor. Need the chest, the legs, and the feet. Do I have any lapis? I don't think I've gotten lapis. Oh, I do. Book. 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 Let's see what we got. Piercing, projectile, feather falling one. Definitely need more books, or more bookshelves. Dum dum da da ba bum. No more sugarcane? Why is the sugarcane growing so slow all of a sudden? Hmm. Let's see. I have enough to make one book. Make one more bookshelf. Let's see. Oh, it needs to be a bug. I thought you could say it with the lapis too, but I guess not. I guess not. I already used all the wheat? I didn't, right? Did I? There's no way I used all of it already. I guess I did. Man. Oh. But there is a village near here. Let's go look for the village. Steal their wheat! Let's go steal some wheat! Let's go! Pillaging. 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 Wonder if I'll run into it over here. Ooh, a dolphin! Grab the sugar cane before we go. Huh? Why is this so high up? How odd. Okay, it's definitely more this way. I wonder if I'll see it around. Oh, it should be here. Yep, I was here. There it is. Perfect. I'm just so smart. Who can do it like me? This is where the villagers were kidnapped from. Taking their hay bales. Taking them hay bales. I don't think I checked their houses for valuables when I was here. I checked their houses for valuables. What do y'all got? Nothing. What do you got? Nothing. What do you got? Nothing. What are you selling? Nothing. Scene of the crime. Yeah, they don't even know what happened. It happened in the dead of night. Potatoes, thank you. Oh, uh-huh. Nothing. Oh, maybe they had nothing. Maybe that was why I didn't rob them. Thank you. Thank you. You can see this is where I kidnapped them. All the way down here. To that. Took me 2 hours, but I did it. Alright, time to go home. Dum dum dum. Da dum da da bum. Do you think they've made another kid yet? They should have, right? Oh no. I feel like they should have already. Man, I need to make this area easier to go through. There she is. There she is. Okay, first things first, gotta sleep. Okay. I'll put these in there so people can feed them. What? That's nothing. That's such bullshit. Okay, I'm tired now. I'm so tired now. Well, the end. Give me a second. Alright guys, that's the end for today. Luckily my hands don't hurt, so be able to stream in a couple days. Easy peasy. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm gonna get ready and go to bed now. But thank you so much for coming, Vassal. I really appreciate it. And hi YouTube. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the VOD. I really appreciate it. Please make sure you like it. It helps me get recommended and it helps the channel grow. And it makes me very happy. Please subscribe if you liked it. If you're on Twitch, hi, welcome. Please follow me on Twitch. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys. I'll head to bed now. Bye bye. Bye. Boom, 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 boom. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-da, bum, bum.